welcome back to Heading Home. You may have noticed that I kind of switched the logo up of Heading Home. If you haven't, that's alright. But that's just making a slow transition so that those finding this YouTube channel don't all of a sudden get weirded out because something's different. But anyway, today I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna sneak through here, not touch any of those cars. I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. I had a couple thoughts going through my head, thinking about TV shows and books and stuff like that. But I think I'm going to talk about a section of the Harry Potter series that I just read this morning before work. So I'm in book 5. Book 5 is The Order of the Phoenix. And at the beginning of that book, Harry has to protect his cousin and himself from Dementors with the Patronus, which is illegal. So, or so the ministry says is illegal. But he does so, and then the ministry says, well, you're expelled from Hogwarts for using your wand or using magic outside of school and all that. Anyway, he goes to the hearing. He's pretty nervous about it because he doesn't want to be expelled from Hogwarts due to the fact that it's like his only place to live besides the Dursleys, and he hates the Dursleys. But he goes to the hearing, and sometimes I just don't understand the politics of the wizarding world, maybe. But originally he was told that it was just going to be like some questions from one lady in her office, kind of a private thing. They get there and they get notified that it's moved up and it's in like an actual courtroom that hasn't been used since the Death Eaters were found and trialed. And so I just find it interesting that they would increase a silly trial, one that they really shouldn't be putting too much effort into, and make it such a big fiasco, because there's no way that Harry Potter, who 1, hates the Dursleys, and 2, loves Hogwarts, and 3, would risk losing Hogwarts and living with the Dursleys indefinitely to just use a little bit of magic that he might have used to scare his cousin. Now, a second thing to consider with that same argument is that the spell that he uses is the Patronus charm, which is incorporeal. It's just a magicified animal that can't actually touch like wizards themselves. And so it only hurts Dementors. So why would he risk losing Hogwarts and living with the Dursleys to use a spell that doesn't actually hurt his cousin or even scare his cousin? It just doesn't make sense, you know? Anyway, so they get to the trial, and that's when Harry finds out that Dumbledore is going to represent him to be his defense. And I just have to laugh at Dumbledore sometimes. I think J.K. Rowling does a really good job at writing Dumbledore's character, because he's kind of like this quirky old man that is imposing when he wants to be, but just laid back and just fun when he's not. And so he gets there, and Fudge is kind of surprised to see him, and he's like, oh, we should pull up a chair. And Dumbledore's like, nah, don't worry about it. And he just produces his own chair. And it's like an armchair. Like one you'd find in somebody's living room. And that you'd find you'd find like an old man seated in. Probably asleep. So he's just is sitting there. Letting Fudge do his thing. And he's like, oh, I have a witness, by the way, that Harry's not lying about the Dementors, and the witness is Mrs. Figs. and she's like not very coordinated with what she's saying, and I don't know, the whole trial just scene was just kind of funny to me, where so much went on, and you could tell that it was skewed by the ministry for some reason against Harry, for no reason really. Like, why expel the kid who defeated Voldemort once and probably is your best chance of defeating Voldemort again? So it's like, I don't know. There's just stuff that goes on in that. I'm like, what the heck are you like? What is going on here? Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts as I was reading that this morning. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, just comment below, and I'll give you my thoughts. But anyway, I'm reading through the Harry Potter series, so that's one that's fresh on my mind. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.